Oh, we're off camera.
We're off camera now. Ah, thank you.
That's so nice of Akram to give you a hug.
All right. I didn't believe, Hiprain, that we would go into a game where Astralis is concerned and we would have triple lane setup with Volibear jungle. Taxa has mentioned it multiple times. We're taking steps to be more proactive in the early game. We need to move faster on the map. We need to get more advantages. You've got 3 lanes that can set you up for success. Namera mentioned it as well. Volibear together with Silas. You lock someone down with that Q, the chains will follow. Corki dies. You play towards the top side of the map. Jace, big bully into the Fiora in the early stages. After level 6, Fiora can 1v1 you due to the advantage on the ultimate, but pre-level 6, you're gonna be bullying Banderas about. And bot lane, you've got Rat, you've got a handshake coming in from Renata as well. Very potent lane, can very easily set up kills into a very squishy Bard and Ezreal.
Rat and handshake sounds like an English
Rat
pub.
and handshake.
Sounds like an English pub. Go down an old rat and handshake, get a pint. Do you know what? While we're speaking of furry creatures, everyone's been sending furry creatures into us, and the last 2 games have been quite fast-paced. So
we do have 2. We have Udyr and we have Volibear.
We're about to have more.
Okay.
Because let's see, I've been told this one's good.
Okay, this one's good.
Oh! That's a very cute doggy. Is they the ones that have human teeth? There's like a dog that's like that.
Nope.
And their teeth look like...
Nymera has a part share in Ziggy B. Ziggy B is the name of the dog. Oh my God, that is insane.
Look at that surname. Hold the phone.
And she's definitely the fairest dog of all. Ziggy B is the best name I've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure Debbie is initializing Namira's mum. Or auntie. But that surname right there.
So you think they're related?
I think they're related, hence the surname, and hence why he has a share in it.
Rat and
you see other animals? Because I've got more buttons to press, and we haven't been showing your animals.
Oh, you want to press them all right now?
I'm going to see them all.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Great.
Oh, it's
all
amazing,
I have to say
but
is
horrible.
thank you.
Let's see what the next one is.
Kasing would be very grateful. By the way, tag him on that one.
Oh, that's a cutie.
Oh, my God, beautiful. Are you happy now that you pressed everything 2 minutes into the game?
Yes, that means I can get more for next game. Send your pets in, NLC at home, pets at home, or I can't remember what it's called now.
Great.
The hashtag, use that hashtag. Let's bring it up one more time just so I can see.
NLC pets.
NLC pets, there we go. Give us the NLC pets, send them to us, and I'll get them up as if next game is slow. Anyway,
What's slow? We're 2 minutes in, you pray.
All right, if the next game goes for at least 2 minutes, I promise I will show you a pet. I can't make that promise because I don't know what's getting loaded up onto this.
Okay, we've lost our mind from the previous game. Taxa is being proactive early on the map towards the top lane. He has been spotted by Banderas, and of course, Flipper is there on the Udyr as well. Both have full cleared. The Krags remain. Aero taking a huge chunk from Senkax, which means that now Taxa gets to take that crab for free.
Yeah, healthy champ, by the way, that Silas there. Flipper into the bear stance, and he is out of there. Doesn't want to deal with it. And Taxa actually getting 2 crabs for himself, partly due to the fact that he's got that pressure in the mid lane, and just feeling it, really. He's going to be able to get onto the map, get as much farm in his pocket as possible. I'm just taking a quick look at what's going on in the side lanes.
That should never happen.
Yeah.
Screw the side lanes, Keeper, and that should never happen. This guy's playing Udyr. He's a level up on Volibear, and he relies on his Corki, which is melee versus ranged matchup, to bully Silas about and allow Udyr to take both Scuttle Crabs and fully clear his jungle. But Senkax finds such a nice trade onto Aero, sends him back into base, and right now, Taxer is the one with the lead.
Well, what you're forgetting is Silas is a really well-made champion, so that was what you missed out of your equation.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Ridiculous. Anyway, it looks like Keeper's actually rotating early, along with Taxa, maybe looking for something in this top side of the map. Obviously, Herald's not up for a little while, so this is a very early rotation from Keeper, but look at the vision they've been able to place down.
That is so crazy, actually, seeing Astralis move that early onto the map like this, because this doesn't necessarily happen very often. In particular, with Astralis, the fact that Crispek is going to be left out in the bot lane on his own. But I think the fact that you're playing against an Ezreal, and Bard is one of these roamy champions that starts moving around in the map very early on, Kiba feels the need to actually match that. Now, Banderas is stuck between a rock and a hard place because he has to shove in this wave and crush the next one. onto Carlsen. I think he knows what's going on. If you look on the minimap right now, Flipper is also moving towards the top side of the map. Will Bandera survive, though?
Oh, that was perfect timing. But no, the flash comes out. He hits the minion, gets slowed down by the Sky Splitter. No, he doesn't. Flipper's here. Taxa can't find more, but they did at least get the flash out of Banderas.
They do get the flash, but Kiba trades his flash for something? Aero flash. Okay, so I think Kiba had a fight in the middle lane with Senkax, blew his own flash, but also blew Aero's flash from what I see as well. So again, Astralis very proactive on the map. Taxa has already been top lane twice, finally burning Banderas' flash as well. Mid lane, Kiba instantly level 3, roaming towards the mid lane, taking Aero's flash as well. I'd like to see now Taxa returning towards the top side of the map. Get that Corki, get that Fiora, put your Jace and your Silas ahead.
I like that so far.
Get that bread.
Get that bread. As actually, it looks like you need some tea. As Abigail makes his way over. It's because of the skin, by the way. Just because that probably went over your head.
Uh-oh.
They do have Flipper actually in the area. Taxa's coming out of Hero. Has been caught out. They flash forward to chase him for more. Abigail catches one with the slow. Taxa's snared. Taxa's locked down, and Taxa is ignited. He will fall as first blood's picked up for Hero. Now Senkux on the run, able to jump away for the moment. The Phoenix starts almost toasts him.
Oh,
Senkux survived.
That was so freaking close right there. And Senkux, the second he dives in, that's where he will take the ultimate off of Corki. He will not pick up the ulti from Bud, actually, which could have been huge for that trade for them. And actually, that was really bad timing. I feel like Taxa should expect the fact that Bud is an ever-roaming champion, and there's also a jungler in the game. I think Flipper has pretty much read every single movement on the map from Taxa this early on. Went over the top side of the map when he was ganking his top laner. He is around the mid lane when he knows his mid laner is missing the flash. I feel this is a very good read from the side of NYYRIKKI to shut down Taxa's early game aggression.
Yeah, really like that roam, actually. It was definitely disrespect, though. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. It was very disrespectful for Taxa to step out. He knew that Abigail hadn't been seen for a little while. Even so, it's able to step up and he's having a whole world of trouble here. As it now looks like I think they're just spotting out Kiba. Kiba, I kind of want to see them get back into lane a little bit. They are absolutely necessary. Oh, what? Chris Berg going invisible, gonna get caught out. Not going to get queued yet. It's a true shot barrage. There's a whole lot of hurt to him, but Chris Berg now heavily chunked out, and he's going to have to be quite careful.
You can actually move now into the river and start taking Dragon because your ADC has been chunked out, Senkax has been pushed underneath the tower and doesn't have his ultimate, and now you've got the Corki who shoved in the wave in the mid lane and can actually walk into the river first, and this is what Udyr again gives you in the early game. I know that I'm bashing the champion a lot, but in the early game, he's extremely strong. He does fairly well into the 1v1s that other champions cannot take into Volibear. He's pretty good at running away from him, at slapping him and then running away. He's pretty good at taking these early game objectives. He's pretty good at shadowing lanes, like we've seen in the mid lane that he did for Aero, and they took the kill back and the flash off of Senkax. So for the early game, Udyr is very strong at shadowing, counter-ganking, and taking neutral objectives.
Well, Astralis actually keeping up this kind of high-tempo play we've seen out of them, even if it has backfired a little bit, are now rotating everybody over here towards that Rift Herald, as Chris Berg is hiding, but not going to jump out, has the ultimate up and available to him. But Kiba, only level 4. I think that's kind of the big thing to note. I like the fact that Astralis have picked his Herald up now, but they need to be fairly quick with it because Abigail level 5, once that Tempered Fate comes in, you can stop the Herald from charging, you can stop from getting those plays.
I think that's actually inevitable right now because Abagnale is going to be all over the map. I think this is what Astralis have to respect and they have to deal with. The fact that a bot is an ever-roaming champion, is a very annoying champion, is a very niche champion, and there's only very few ways that you can deal with it, and that is possibly trying to find him and kill him to get away from the nuisance that this champion provides onto the Rift. And of course, you mentioned it, you can very easily disable a tower with the Bard ultimate, which means that when Herald charges, you'll never get the gold.
Seen so many bards. It's one of those champions you don't see very often as well. So a lot of people kind of almost let it slip. They forget that that's something you can do. So I'm curious to see, you know, where Taxa's going to go to throw down. Is he
Power disablers in
you're
this
right.
game.
You are right. You got the volley bear as well. So you got 2 tools to take off those towers. Taxa unfortunately can't stop a charge from a herald. You can just turn a tower off. But Taxa is now rotating over towards here. Abagnale is level 6. So if they want to do it, they need to shove pretty quick. It looks like Abagnale now, recognizing that there's potential for this tower to get jumped onto, is going to make his way over. And now he's in range. If they herald, it's a waste.
I think they're looking mostly to invade, but there's nothing in Flipper's jungle. They were looking for a potential gank mid, but Aero had already reset and he's back in base. Now they're going to walk into Flipper and Abagnale, who are going to portal away. So even though I do like the proactivity for Astralis, to me it feels a little bit lost because Flipper has nothing to lose. His entire jungle is farmed up. There is nothing for Taxa to steal away. And it's not even just that. Even if you want to enter the jungle and find the Udyr and kill the Udyr, he is there together with Abagnale.
Yep.
That is a level 6 bard. You've got the ultimate, you've got the invulnerability ready to protect your opponents. And I feel like NYYRIKKI are reading Astralis so freaking well.
Yeah, they're definitely having a very, very good read on them. And because of that, they built themselves up a 1,200 gold lead over Astralis. And keep in mind, Astralis are the team who are standing better right now as far as the points go, as we have now entered into the second half of the summer split. And Astralis, you know, I feel they've been a team that have been kind of struggling to kind of make their mark on the NLC. There was, you know, we lost Fnatic at the beginning of the year, and we picked up Astralis as our other academy team. And there was a lot of hype built around the fact that we were getting Astralis in the league, and it just feels like they've never really been able to quite hit that mark. You know, it's not like what we had with the Fnatic and the XLs when that was way back when. It feels like Astralis are kind of a middling team and are struggling to find maybe some kind of identity more than anything.
Yeah, and it feels like they're trying something new right now. They're trying more of a proactive early game style. It doesn't seem to come into fruition yet, but I'm just very scared of what happens later on in the fights. But at least they have a lot of things to fall back to. The Renata ultimate is only going to be even more potent in the later on stages of the game. Twitch scales so well into the late game. Sylas as well, the same thing. And of course, you've got Carlson with the Jace, who's going to be able to put down so much poke. Ooh.
This is ridiculous. Wherever Flipper goes, Abagnale's standing behind him, and Flipper goes wherever Taxa is. So there's no chance to ever put this Herald down, as they're actually rotating multiple people towards this bottom side of the map. Teleport's being forced
Herald
out.
is going to expire.
Taxa does the old switch.
Taxa's going mid.
He's got no time.
No, but Herald is going to expire, and Abagnale is literally running mid.
It's not going to happen. It's wasted unless they can find Abagnale, and they're not going to do so. So he's going to be able to ult the tower, save the tower.
Oh no!
He has been such a nuisance right now. There it is. Pop. Nothing.
Oh no! That hurts so much for Astralis. I think they were running around in panic. They were like, okay guys, he's mid lane, we run bot. They run bot, Abagnale as well. They're like, okay guys, he's top lane, we run mid.
Azator pays the price though! Crispberg just takes him down. He said, I am so bored of your support roaming and denying my team. I'm just gonna punish you instead.
I'm so done with your Sish and your bard roaming the entire map. But at the end of the day, I think this is still pretty worth it for NYYRIKKI. They stopped the Rift Herald, they got a tower plating mid, and they've also got a tower plating towards the bot side of the map. So that is still pretty worth it for them. Yes, they lose their Ezreal, and yes, the Twitch gets 1 kill, but until we actually see Astralis utilize that Twitch and that 1 kill onto the Rat, I think it's still worth it. This bot has been such a nuisance because it just doesn't allow Taxa to play aggressive in the early game.
In a way, that's kind of worked into Astralis' favor, because like you're saying, Crispberg's had a lot of free time. He's picked up 3 plates. He's got a Blade of the Ruined King finished. If we could have a look at the individual golds, I'd love to see how much Crispberg's actually got in his inventory. 5.3k right now. So he's actually set up very, very well in this game. So yes, we were obviously following Flipper and Abagnale, denying Taxa and Keybuff and using that Rift Herald. But what we kind of missed from that was actually how quiet bot lane was going and how that actually really favors Crispberg on this Twitch.
Because he was hiding. I've been waiting to do that. I've been waiting to do that for an entire game.
Have you ever heard Jamada's Twitch? He says he does a really good Twitch, and he doesn't do a really good Twitch. Jamada's a liar.
He does a good Twitch. Oh!
It looks like your hero's alright. It's just going to trade rockets. Where does Senkox produce the rockets from?
Okay, they're stolen rockets.
Or is he throwing them? He's just grabbed the rockets and he's launching them.
Yes, he is.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's smacking them with a chain.
Shame it's Silas, because it would be cooler. Anyway, let's keep our attention on this game. It's been a very, very slow and tempered start, partly due to Abagnale and Flipper basically just playing denial. And like you're saying, NYYRIKKI having an incredibly good read on to Astralis and just knowing how to shut them down, as this time Astralis are the ones to pick up the Herald, or are they? Because Taxa comes in. I don't think he got it. No, he's able to deny it from them, and he's able to force them off the eye. Astralis might not have got the eye, but neither will NYYRIKKI.
That's actually crazy because Banderas and Flipper were so close, but got so scared from the fact that Kiba again has roamed all the way to the top side of the map, and they definitely do not want to die and give away tempo to Astralis, so they just give up on the eye, and that would have been actually huge for NYYRIKKI. Chrisberg.
Oh, Chrisberg is doing a lot of damage. He's got the sustain. One more pull, and he's able to get him with the expunge. Chrisberg with the second kill of the game for Astralis, and it's a solo AD carry versus AD carry.
And this is where we see the utilization of that goal that you mentioned earlier, Hiprain. All of these star platings going over to Chrisberg in the bot side of the map. That Blade of the Ruin King being completed that early into the game. Namera was talking about it on the desk as well. Once you hit that E and you slow down the Ezreal, even if he arcane shifts away, even if he flashes away, you can very easily follow up because your range doubles on the ultimate, so you can always reach. And that pop as well on the poison was what solidified the deal right there. Abagnale tried, of course, to help with the ultimate, but it just was not enough. And Chrisberg right now is slowly but surely coming online in the game. I'd like to see him move away potentially from that mid lane. We've seen a lot of cheeky ganks happening where you just roam around towards the mid side of the map. I don't think he backed at all.
No, he hasn't, and now multiple people are in. Chrisberg will lose his life. He's got no summoner spells, goes invisible, but Azator is on his pocket. Flipper's chasing him down. The flash, and the Bard finds the kill. Little bit of a mess up there for NYYRIKKI, and a massive overstay there for Chrisberg, and as the hero has to flash away, Senko stays in his pocket, able to catch him down, and then, oh my word, what a balanced champion. Fun and interactive. Senkox has to be careful though, gets the chain lash off, chasing, chains connect, and he chases for more. Flipper running away, slowed by the Q. Senkox has the rockets to stick to him. They can't chase for more as Flipper gets underneath his tower and away to safety.
I just don't understand what Aero was doing there. Was trying to jump into the race to try and clear them, but then he's like, surprise! Senkax is there, and once you've used your Valkyrie, you have to flash over the wall, but Senkax also has the flash to follow through. So again, really well played so far. I feel like Senkax is coming alive onto the Silas. He's playing extremely aggressive. He's always looking for picks. He sees Aero, he kills Aero, flashes over the pit, connects the chain, and from there on out is pretty much history for the Caucus. He's so freaking squishy as well. Leandris this time for the side of Senkax, which is something we don't necessarily see too often on the Silas. We usually do see the Everfrost coming through, especially when you're playing against very slippery champions like the Corki, like the Ezreal, and like the Bard. But right now he's going for more of a damage build.
I can't make my mind up. I kind of like it, but like you said, the Everfrost for dealing with these more slippy champions is nice. Kiba has to be careful because he has been caught, has got himself the ultimate, flashes away, throws down the Q just for a little bit of poke and prod as Carlson now getting the grand challenge thrown down. They're looking for the bot back, but he is just going down. The tower's turned off, so Banderas was guaranteed the kill. A solo kill picked up there. Meanwhile, Chrisberg took a tower bot side and pushes in heavily bot side. Chrisberg kind of untouched to this game for the most part. Probably needs to get back and maybe play mid lane now. Yeah,
we mentioned this about the Fiora. I think Banderas is going to be a huge problem on a side lane, especially if he starts shoving towers after towers, because we said that pre-6, yes, Jace is going to bully around Fiora, but because the lane played so evenly, because Fiora was able to farm after 6, you do have kill pressure onto the Jace with the ultimate, and right here, double points onto the ultimate, level 13 Fiora really hurt. They also roam Aero towards the top side of the map. That's a TP. It's going to be Carlson trying to find Aero, and Aero might be looking at his second death of the game. I don't think Carlson can actually reach unless he flashes here.
Yeah, he's not going to go for it. He'd rather catch the wave. Doesn't really know where the rest of NYYRIKKI are, so he's just going to step away. It looks like now Chrisberg has been put on mid lane duty on the Twitch. He's taken that tower for himself. He's quite happy with his gold. I think now needs to be a little bit careful. There's a couple of members of Astralis about. I'm not going to pull that trigger quite yet, and it looks like Chrisberg now just catching as much farm as possible. 172 CS on the Twitch. Been sitting on those items for a while, so it's something to keep in mind. As Senkux finds Flipper, they flash forward, they lock him down. He's slowed by the Sky Splitter, and he has himself a fair amount of tankiness to keep himself going, but there he goes. Azator throws down the ultimate, only catches onto one. They get the tempered face onto two. They have the ultimate from Kiba to keep them with a hostile takeover. All three members are hit, and Azator and Hero are able to get away to safety, but Astralis just putting their foot down on the gas and taking over this fight.
Senkux is such a freaking beast onto this Silas. They catch Udyr into the jungle. This Leandros is coming into fruition as well because it does a lot more damage to tankier targets such as the Udyr that hasn't necessarily prioritized any magic resist into his kit so far. It's fully armor and then steals the Bard ult and uses it against Abagnale towards the top side of the map. And yet again, you'll see Flipper is running away, but Senkux finds yet again another chain. And here Taxa might be looking like he's flying towards my home over in Greece, but he was trying to block the exit from the Udyr because if he ran anywhere else, his teammates would catch him. The double ult right here from Senkux as well to solidify the deal. And honestly, I feel like this Astralis with Senkux on Silas looks so good. Very proactive in the early game. We saw that he did win Tax's double crab in the early as well, but just winning and trade mid onto Aero. And I feel like the two carries for Astralis right now, Crispberg and Senkux, are big stepping up.
Yeah, massive step up there. Gold lead is still pretty close between the two teams. It's just 100 gold separating them. 2 dragons in the pocket for Astralis.
It's even.
They've picked up a fair few towers as well, so they've got a lot of pressure on the map. The mid lane towers being down is the big one. There's no towers in that mid lane at all until you get to the base. So Astralis can push deep, get aggressive wards down, and set up. When you've got the Blade of the Ruin King, the Kraken Slayer on your Twitch, this Baron Nashor can go down extremely fast, and you can see NYYRIKKI have to check with the True Shot Barrage just to make sure it's not happening.
But if you look towards the bottom of the map, Flipper is on the bot side, Abagnale is on the bot side, Banderas is pushing towards the bot side of the map without teleport available to him, and Crispberg is just roaming about trying to see who will overstep and potentially get punished. But I feel like Astralis here, knowing that Banderas doesn't have teleport available, should definitely pressure for that Baron and potentially even turn it around.
Oh, it looks like Carlson's got some free time in this bot side, so he's going to be able to start away at this tower.
Let's go, Baron!
Damage to him. A little bit scared of starting that Baron potentially just because of the poke, but can get a little bit more bonus damage off. Crispberg staying invisible for as long as possible, and Senkux is here. Banderas may look for the 1v1 versus him. Senkux has to be careful. He's already lost so much health. Oh no, he's going down. Stopwatch is there. Banderas one slide forward will finish him up. The shutdown for the Fiora as Banderas makes it look easy.
That was solid play from Banderas. He popped every single vital except from the one that was behind Senkux. So when Senkux flashed, the one vital that remained on the ultimate was the one that he was most exposed on. And Banderas capitalizes on a side lane. Astralis yet again have lost their window for pressure. Taxa doesn't have his flash. He's going to have to ultimate into the pit if he wants to have a chance to steal that. But yet again, it's an Udyr and an Ezreal. They do not necessarily burn down that Baron really quickly unless you have Corki there, and Corki just joined.
It's actually very risky. You still got a very fed Twitch on the enemy team with ultimate flash and heal available. There was no way NYYRIKKI were going to try that. It was just a, if they place a ward, we'll do it. If not, we'll walk away. If they don't place a ward, we got away with stealing it. Banderas is a problem. Level 15 right now. Got the Hydra, got the Triforce.
On Taxa.
So strong. A hero picks up the package 23 seconds before the dragon spawns. And this is where we're going to see things getting heated, because these teams are going to be contesting that. Not that the armor and stuff really helps versus those true damage spots from the Fiora. But it's going to help versus everybody else. As in we go. They get a whole bunch of damage out onto Flipper. Not enough to really stick with, but he does eat a bit of damage from the Chain Lash. Senkux stealing rockets and a hero poking everybody out. Eyes are on Crispberg. They catch 2 people with a tempered face. Senkux dashes away. Tax has to jump out of the moment. There we go. What hostile takeover. And they are just laying out the damage as Crispberg with a spray and pray continues to pump out the damage as Kiba goes down, but he will be able to secure a kill on to the Ezreal. Abagnale trying to jump out as well. Senkux lands the grab, lands the chase. Flipper just about able to survive thanks to the movement speed, and Banderas finds himself a kill. Gets out with the portal as well. Banderas will survive, but Flipper will fall to Crispberg. Crispberg will continue the chase up and down. Flipper goes. Senkux with a Kingslayer steals the kill to secure it. And Dragon up.
This is going to be third Dragon for Astralis as well. This is going to be huge for them. Banderas was able to go back and lifesteal a little bit off of these golems. They might actually try to fight these because this Fioras is so strong.
Teleport's coming in. They're actually going to do it. Astralis, the Chrisberg is the only healthy member right now. Dragon's been secured, but Chrisberg's chunked. He has to flash over the wall. He's down. The machine gun from a hero is enough to make the play happen. And NYYRIKKI punish Astralis. A double kill for the Corki and a clean wipe for the side of NYYRIKKI.
This is Baron.
It is time
only
to take the worm.
up. Only Kiba up. The only thing they can do is possibly poke a little bit. Carlsen has to hope for a steal with his shock blast, but Flipper is literally running his life away towards that Baron to try and secure it for NYYRIKKI.
It's getting harder to do.
That late game team fighting when you have Azito in your team shows up.
Kiba's ult is coming up momentarily. If they catch him in the pit with the ult, that could actually do this. It's so close. They're getting a little bit more poke out, clearing the wards out. The Baron should go down. Oh, he did it! He did it! Carlsen, you beast!
One shock blast, we said, is all it's going to take to try and steal. And shock blast greater than smite. Carlsen comes up on top. Astralis secure the Baron on all members, if I'm not wrong.
That was illegal. I can't believe they got away with that. Taking the Baron, easy as. Soul point as well for Astralis. What will look like an absolutely catastrophic moment.
They'll be beating themselves up.
Just turned around.
They'll be beating themselves up. They had 5 members alive, he brained 5 members, and none of them was behind the pit. None of them was trying to make sure that Kiba and Carlsen stay away from any possibility of stealing the Baron. We've seen Jana Tornadoes steal this Baron. We've seen Soraka Bananas steal the Baron. It is a possibility even if your smite is still up.
Oh,
in the heat of the moment, Aero.
He's been caught out there, slamming in, taking him down. Oh, a beautiful tempered fate. But in comes the ultimate from Kiba, able to secure the damage. But Carlsen needed to pick up that kill. Senkok starts away at this tower. He's the only one without Baron buff, but Taxa's making his way over to buff up the minions for him. Actually, Taxa doesn't have it. Ignore that. But Chrisberg has the Baron. So here we go. Wait. Oh, no, he just wasn't in range. Okay. You're getting baited there, Trouble.
Okay, someone who does have the Baron buff, though, is definitely Carlsen, and he's going to stop the siege on the top side of the map. Again, we see beautiful TP coming in from Aero. They will give the Dragon away because Taxa has the smite, but they will absolutely delete everyone 3 versus 3. You see the power of this super fed level 16 Fiora, 3 levels into that ultimate. So powerful from Banderas. And then there's 5 members of NYYRIKKI. No one bothers clearing the pink ward. No one bothers getting onto the other side to get...
The smite was coming down. It was in animation. It was just a little bit too slow.
No one bothers.
That's what you get. Have someone cover your objectives, people.
Chilled and unbothered, NYYRIKKI.
Do you know the amount of times in solo queue when I play LeBlanc and people are like, yo, get in the pit and help us? I'm like, I'm LeBlanc, I can't do any damage, I'll zone people. That's why you do that. You sit and zone to make sure. A hero had the damage, but he just didn't want to risk getting caught out and dying. He didn't want to risk it, and the bigger coin flip landed on Astralis' side.
The problem is, though, that NYYRIKKI are really relying onto Banderas. Level 17 Fiora on the side lane cannot be stopped on her own by just Carlsen, which means you're going to have to invest a lot more people into stopping the split push coming in from NYYRIKKI. But having the Baron has sort of slowed down the tempo of this Fiora. It's not necessarily... oh, the flash right there from Senkak's really nice from Abagnale. But again, you've slowed down this Fiora. You've tried to keep her at bay. You've not lost any inhibitor almost 30 minutes into a split push menace that Banderas is right now.
Yeah.
It is very positive for you. And you do have the better team fight with your hypercarry in the likes of Twitch.
Yes, but you don't have to worry about the fact that Hullbreaker is now there. It's level 17 on Banderas. Actually very close to level 18. Will hit it on this wave. And...
Ooh.
Banderas is a problem. Banderas is a real big problem. We've already seen Senkox can't handle them, has himself the Zhonyas, and this is how you handle a split pusher. You attack them. You can see if you can bait them out.
They're bringing 4 members, Brain. They brought 4 members towards the top side of the map to hopefully stop Banderas, but Banderas is just going to TP in the mid lane because they really need control over that mid wave. That mid lane tower has not gone down for Astralis, which is so important, and NYYRIKKI won't control over the river because Sol is coming up for Astralis.
They do actually catch onto Hero. He has to jump away with the ultimate, not the use they wanted. Taxa also pops his own ultimate, so that is 2 major abilities down in this fight. Chrisberg's about to go invisible. They're going to heal up off the redemption. Look for the ultimate from Kiba, but the rockets coming out from a Hero are just absolutely ruining Astralis' day. Constantly, one after one is going to land. The flash comes out from Chrisberg. He can't get caught. There's the ultimate. It goes wide, only lands onto Abig now, and Banderas takes a little bit of damage, but not enough to be under any real threat right now. NYYRIKKI have poked Astralis out, and Astralis just have to give this up. They can't go for it unless Taxa wants the coin flip with the flash smite here, but Banderas is on the flank. They are looking for him. They catch him out momentarily, but Senkox has to stop. Watch, Carlson's chunked out. They're looking for Chrisberg, who's popped the ultimate, but he can't do too much more. Chrisberg trying to find Banderas. He's able to get it, but he loses his life in response to a Hero, and it is just Astralis crumbling in the fight.
And it's a 1-for-1, but at the end of the day, NYYRIKKI come up victorious because they stop the Soul from going over to Astralis. They lose their top laner, they trade for Chrisberg's life, and we're going back to chilling right now. Gold still dead even in this game, and you see the longer you stay in a fight versus Corki and Ezreal, the more your health bars are going to suffer if you don't have any sustain or type of healing in your team. This is so difficult for Astralis. You'll see that once the Dragon actually gets started, Astralis are going to trade HP to get closer to the Dragon for a potential steal. Carlson stole the Baron with a Shock Blast, but that beautiful Trucial Barrage from Azito right there stops Carlson dead in his track from trying to steal that, and then Chrisberg gets caught in the middle because Astralis is completely split. He tries to move forward towards the top side of the map to shut down Banderas, and even though he does get the shutdown, he trades his life in return.
Absolutely right. Well, 31 minutes on the clock. Like you said, gold, dead, even. Just 100 gold separating both of these teams. We're at the point where that gold might not be quite so relevant. The big thing is Chrisberg does have a lead over Azito. Chrisberg does scale. He's getting there. He's getting to a position where he can carry the game, provided he doesn't get caught. The big problem he has right now is all his summoner spells are down. Baron is up, and NYYRIKKI could just potentially bait him.
They could, but Banderas is again towards the bot side of the map. They know that Banderas TP'd into that previous fight, so that teleport will be down for quite some time. Yep. So that side lane win con that you had no longer exists right now. We mentioned how important it is to have Banderas on the side lane threatening inhibitor towers, either top or bot, and then having NYYRIKKI potentially fighting for this Baron, because they don't necessarily have to face it. Look, they have so many tools to do that. They've got the Corgi with the rockets, they've got the Trucial Barrage as well. They've got ways of pushing the lanes and then actually getting vision inside the river. But Aero is going to back once again, completed his 4th item as well. Very, very strong on the Corki, and they have to pull Banderas in the mid lane due to the fact that he has no TP. Now, who's gonna pull the trigger first? Flipper needs to face check. They have no more vision over the Baron pit.
No, they don't, and these pink wards are gonna slow Chrisberg from his advance forwards, but a Hero able to do a lot of damage. Got the Horizons focus finished up as well. 4 items on this level 16 Corki, and the damage coming into Taxa is enormous, but Chrisberg and Carlson able to fire back somewhat here. A whole bunch of damage out. Everybody on the side of Astralis are looking just to rotate over towards this Baron and just threaten it. Just threaten NYYRIKKI to step forward. Carlson with his shot blasts, a real problem right now for them. They get caught out by the true shots and they know where they are. As Azito gets chunked by Carlson, but Carlson gets chunked back, but a Hero may just lose his life. No, they catch him with a Tempered Fate. It looks like he should be okay, but he loses a lot of HP. He'll back up thanks to the redemption. And a massive chunk, and the Hero loses Flash. Yeah,
Aero is out, but he still has teleport up and available. The problem here with Astralis is they cannot start the Baron, because if they do, look what's happening on the bot side of the map. Banderas is hitting on that inhibitor tower. He's crashing in the wave. There's 3 members there. Chrisberg is behind him. Hello!
Problem is that 2 of these members have teleport, so Banderas, if he goes down, this could just be it. Baron has already been started on Banderas, just buying time for the rest of the team. The teleports are going to have to be used from Astralis. Banderas is buying more teams. Senkox coming coming over, able to catch him out, but Banderas finds the outplay! What the hell? He just got him! Keeper's been caught for the moment. Carlson gets a whole bunch of damage off. There's the ultimate. The hero's been caught. They're jumping in. They're taking him down. Baron's been stopped. Banderas has come in. He found Keeper. Keeper's had to use the bailout on himself, but he will bleed out and die. Carlson, low HP, able to survive, but Banderas chasing on the Chrisberg. Chrisberg's been caught. Chrisberg is low HP, but he's got the follow-up. He's got the fire down as Azator finds the tidy up on the sideline. And just like that, Taxa saves the day! Astralis, hold on! 9 people die!
The sole survivor of this entire chaos is going to be Taxa. But there's nothing going on because it's just Taxa remaining on the map. The only thing that can happen is him shoving in a couple of waves and prepping in the map for his team yet again. Look on your minimaps because there were 3 people against Banderas in the base of Astralis, and he takes one with him. Senkax goes down, but then NYYRIKKI get poked out by Carlson joining. Chrisberg is also there. That rat is so freaking powerful. So if they waste all the damage on someone else, Chrisberg will take them down. But they're so close to triple killing them here. Astro will dive in to kill Carlson, secure that, but Taxa, the sole remaining member, this is going to be Soul also going to the side of Astralis. Again, the fact that Taxa remained on the map, was able to push in the waves, prep the lanes for his team. Then his team arrives, they go straight into the Dragon. Now they have Mountain. This is so important because Corki, Ezreal, their poke hurts so much. Having those extra defenses from the Mountain Soul is so important to enter this river.
That was one hell of a fight. I'm just recovering from all of that. Banderas' outplay in the base. Taxa just getting that final maul off onto Azator as he comes out of the stopwatch.
Taxa was like, where's everyone? He was like the John Travolta meme when he's looking around him and there's like nobody.
It's like I Am Legend. He's just walking around New York and no one's alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Just him. Oh boy, 36 minutes on the clock. The gold lead still dead even. 300 gold separating these teams, but Soul is onto Astralis. Baron is on the map. Elder not spawning for another 6 minutes-ish. Well, 5 minutes. Chrisberg, level 16, almost full build. But as our picture-in-picture is showing us,
he doesn't have time.
Package is up and available.
Doesn't have time.
But it hasn't been picked up. Baron has been started. Remember, it's Twitch late game. He is going to absolutely mince through this. They catch him out with the Tempered Fate for the moment, able to catch onto Flipper for the moment. Keeper throws the ultimate out, hits onto only one though. Baron secured, has been stolen by Flipper. I didn't even notice. 2 Baron steals in this game. Astralis are left in shatters after they lose the Baron. How did Flipper do it? He doesn't have flash, he just walked in and smited.
Oh no! Abagnale put the portal down. Flipper takes the portal.
No.
He just smites it. But can NYYRIKKI actually withstand this siege from Astralis? 4 members actually survived. Banderas getting away with his life right there, not without even having flash. And if we see this replay again, Abagnale, the hero that no one deserves, but NYYRIKKI has.
How have we had 2 Baron steals in one game? It has been absolutely
Honestly,
chaos.
That was redemption because Carlson stole one from them. Again, look at this. Tempered Fate will come down to stop the Baron, the HP from Baron from going down from Astralis. Look at that. Then Abagnale will walk very close, put down the portal. Flipper, like a gentleman, walks in, presses his F key, steals the Baron, dies. But cool guys, don't look at explosions.
I want to have a little bit of a call out. I haven't been overly impressed by Kiva's ultimates. I think he's only ever really caught 1 or 2 people and never like high priority targets. He's never caught the likes of a hero or Azator. It's always been Flipper or Abagnale, the only people he's actually been able to catch with those ults.
It's like I said, Corki and an Ezreal, they're extremely slippery targets, right? One can Valkyrie away, one can Arcane Shift away. It's so difficult to hit them. And even if you do, it's only going to mean CC. It's not necessarily going to mean heavy hitters hitting their team. This is not like a creep build on Ezreal. It's not happening.
Oh my word! Chrisberg just opens up the base of his tatters though, and Flipper is out of there. Astralis, they need to try and deal with Banderas, but Banderas just continues to be a problem in the side lane. Baron buff on a split pusher, full build Fiora, almost 400 CS. He's got 10 CS per minute this game. He's actually over 10 CS per minute. He is on fire right now.
Almost 40 minutes into this game. Gold almost dead even, like 1 to 2K difference between these two teams. But you know what? It doesn't matter at all because most of them are full items right now. It's just so difficult to engage a fight when all your engaged tools is a Renata ult and a Volibear ult from the side of Astralis. It's so difficult to engage a fight when all you have for NYYRIKKI is Tempered Fate from the bot and a bunch of poke. So you understand what we've gone on for 40 minutes, and even though team fights have gone back and forth this whole time, teams can just not progress at all because there's no one left alive in the end.
This game is probably one of the closest games I've casted in such a long time. I've never seen teams this tight.
You know what?
Got a full build Twitch. He's almost full items. Got almost a full build blue build Ezreal. Been a while as well.
Also Harding coming as well on the Ezreal.
Yeah.
Almost there, almost there. I think this is so important because you're playing against Twitch as well. So the closer you go, you're going to diminish that attack speed. Not that it matters that much right now.
Banderas.
With 5 items onto the rack.
Banderas, this might just be the end of him. They're able to chase and Banderas falls to Astralis. That is a 60-second death timer, a full minute. They lose that big split pushing pressure. This has to be the point for Astralis to pull that trigger.
Oh, no.
Baron's going to be up just as Banderas comes. He doesn't have teleport either, so he has to run down if he wants to get this.
That is your win con. Banderas staying alive on the side lane is your win con. He needs to put down the pressure as NYYRIKKI are poking away the remaining members of Astralis and shoving in the waves constantly. I feel like this particular game is going to come down to that Elder Dragon 45 minutes from now. The Dragon will
45 minutes.
spawn 40
seconds.
Holy shit.
I understand it's been a long day, with a lot of very tight games, but a hero has the package for Elder. That is probably the biggest thing here. We have to watch him because last time he burnt it early because he got caught. He needs
that was
to be
the package he didn't have time to pick up for Baron.
Yes.
Keep praying. And now he gets to use it for an even more important objective, which could mean the victory for his team. Again, these teams have very little means of engage and a bunch of poke among them.
Yeah, Kiba feeling some of that poke already there as Abagnale just going to get slowed down by the Sky Splitter. Chrisberg will clear and get control of the mid wave for his team. The hero gets flashed onto by Kiba. They're calling in with a handshake. They're actually chasing up for more, but no. Tempered Fate goes wide. They throw out the hostile takeover. Doesn't hit anyone, and the hero still has that package. They were trying to burn it, but they were unable to do so. Astralis waiting out a little bit longer. The True Shot Barrage only lightly
Banderas on the
onto a
flank.
couple of members as Taxa needs to be very, very careful. Banderas on that flank. There goes the package, just to cut them off for the moment. Banderas coming in over that wall, though. They spot him out onside the wall. Flipper jumps in. Look at that rocket damage. It is doing so much work. Redemption's going to heal all of Astralis up for the moment, though. Barret Dragon up and available for whoever can try and get their hands onto it. It's been started by Azator. On to that Dragon he goes, but Banderas on the flank and the hero with the rockets being a real problem. He's only got 2 rockets left, though. Astralis stepping in and the hero's being chunked out. He's been taken down. Astralis! Chrisberg does it! Flipper jumped onto. Double kill picked up for Chrisberg. Azator being chased down as Senkos continues to jump forward. They're jumping in with Carlson as Chrisberg hunts for blood. He's smelling it. He's after NYYRIKKI. He wants to just finish this game up. Azator flashed onto Chrisberg with the shutdown, taking down everyone on the side of NYYRIKKI. And Astralis, they may just have done it. They may just have won this game. The inhibitors are going to fall. Carlson has a wave. He has Chrisberg in his pocket, but Banderas is alive. Banderas is going to flash into Chrisberg's pocket. He's going to easily get jumped onto, but Chrisberg goes down. There's the shields. There's the survivability. The Guardian Angel coming up. 20 seconds until Flipper. 21 until a hero. Somehow Banderas has to make this work. He's able to dodge away, but he's popped in. He's breaking down. He's going all out of this game. The ace is there for Astralis. The towers will fall. The Nexus will explode. 43 minutes on the clock, and it is the tightest game we have had all split long.
Woo! Astralis, in the end, gets away with the W, and that was a composition that was meant to thrive in the early game. The Volibear with triple setup lane. You can go anywhere and get kills, but NYYRIKKI read them so freaking well in the early game. Abagnale everywhere to stop Tax's early game aggression, but it does not matter because when it comes to hypercarrying, when the name is Chrisberg in the roster, you can always rely on him, and if you don't give him an engage, he will damn do it himself.
I thought game 2 and 3 were going to be the most exciting games of the day, but no, NYYRIKKI versus Astralis proved to be an absolute absolutely amazing game, and there's so much to break down, there's so much to talk about, so we're going to pass it over to the analyst desk to break that down more. Whew.